Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Now we all use electricity on a daily basis, of course, and most of us use it a lot, which probably means we're spending a lot on our electric bill. But there are ways to keep our energy costs down, and we spoke with an expert on how to do just that.
Hi everyone, this is Don Whaley from Ohm Connect Energy. We're new to the Texas market, but we've brought some cool new technology that should be able to help you control your energy, but more importantly, reduce your energy bill. Well, as everyone knows, it gets hot in Texas, particularly in the summertime, and the hotter it gets, the higher the bills get. Unfortunately, this year, the energy costs, as we all have seen at the pump, are going to be just as high on your electric bill. So it's really, really important that you pay attention to when you use and what you use and how much you use, and cut back when you can. Otherwise, you're going to get quite a sticker shock. It's amazing how much energy we use without even knowing it. I mean, there are little things like lights that obviously our kids leave on in the room. That's my dad's theme when I was growing up. But things that we don't pay attention to. Everything that's plugged in that has a light on it is using electricity, and it goes on your bill. And one of the biggest ones that's invisible to everyone is your television, your cable box. All of those use about 150 watts an hour, which over the course of 24 hours adds up, and over the course of the month really adds up. So a smart plug that turns it off when you're not using it is a great way to save some money. I work from home. My company's based in California, and so we're a virtual company. And so my office is here, and everywhere that I have something plugged in, my computer, my television, I have a smart plug. One of the things we offer to our customers is a smart plug when you sign up. We can control that during periods when demand is high. So we not only help save you money, but we also help stabilize the grid. And those little devices, if you get them from me or you get them from some other place, Amazon online, they run about $10. You can program them, and they're not like the old dials that you used to plug in, and when every time the power went off, you had to reset them. These are smart plugs. You can control them from your phone, and they really will save you money. The amazing thing about electricity that we all lose sight of is we think that we have to re-insulate our house or change out our AC or do something big and expensive. But the little things, if you do enough little things in large numbers, it really starts to add up. Turn that thermostat back a couple of degrees, turn off the lights when you leave the room, unplug things you aren't using, and you will be amazed how much of a difference it makes on your bill. The interesting thing about most people have a bill where electricity is the same price all the time. If you happen to have one that's more sensitive to when you use it, then obviously those are the times that you want to conserve energy. So if you can do your laundry at night, for example, under one of those, if you can, I say, turn up the thermostat a couple of degrees, certainly turn it up a lot when you leave, and then bring it back down when you get there. All of those things really, really add up. The biggest energy hog in a Texas home is your AC. So that's where you start. With all these little things, if you pay attention to them, really will make a difference. It's been great visiting with you. I'm very passionate about energy in Texas. I've been in this market since there was a market in Texas. And the company really does bring a new opportunity for people to work collectively to save and to help stabilize it. So if you want to have more information, you can go to our website at ohmconnect.com. And if you're interested, sign up. We'd love to help you.
And on the note of the wonders of energy, it makes you think about digital energy like the internet. So let's dive in a little bit deeper when it comes to the World Wide Web. According to bluespan.com, it seems that the internet is only about 9,110 days old. Notice how I said only. The site says it's not that heavy either. And by that, I mean the site outlines that if it could be weighed, it would only weigh about 2 grams. That's it. You might be wondering how someone would even figure that out in the first place, right? Well, it turns out that there was a physicist named Russell Sates who measured the weight of several billions of electrons, some, how or another, and these electrons that we would send back and forth each day was enough for him to make that determination. So it's pretty interesting. And as you might have guessed, there is one site that uses a whole lot of internet on a daily basis, almost uncomparably to any other internet site out there. And that, my friends, is YouTube. Bluespan says that YouTube uploads 72 hours of video every single minute, not hour or half hour or day, but every single minute. And it outlines that a lot of that video is surprisingly about our pets. It seems that a lot of us like to post pics of our pets for the world to see. And it seems that, there are about 3.26 billion people across the globe who use the internet on a daily basis, which the site outlines is less than half of the Earth's population, interestingly enough. But did you know that Google is the most used browser out there? The site says it has about 3 billion searches per day. And you can add on an extra one just for me looking that up. Of course, we're not the only country to use the magic of the internet. There are many parts of the world who actively refer to the web for many parts of their daily operations as well. Take China, for example. The site says that about 640 million Chinese residents use the internet each day, which is actually double the population of our entire country here. Wow. And did you know that the phrase internet surfing was actually said first by a librarian back in 1992? Ever since Jean-Amour Pauly began saying it, I guess it just stuck. And there's actually another phrase that's pretty popular in the web world. Have you ever heard of the term Internet of Things, rather? The site says about that, and 250 million motor vehicles now have access to internet connection, referring to that after 2020. So our smart cars are actually pretty smart with Wi-Fi connection. And while that's amazing, it doesn't do too much to help our dependency on it. This outlines that China actually sees so many people who suffer from what they call internet addiction. And it's apparently so prevalent that they have treatment camps for it. Of course, that means that there are a lot of websites on the internet, right? So many users and contributors, but we don't get lost in the many pages of the internet world because we follow direct links. Every hyperlink has a unique set of assets, and that's kind of the way the whole operation works. But did you know that according to symbolics.com, the very first registered domain address was created by a computer salesman back in 1978? And apparently the country of Asia has a lot of websites too, with about 1.7 billion of the entire internet user population coming from their area. Just think about it for a sec. There are 3.26 billion users of all the internet in our world, and Asia alone takes up about 1.7 billion of that number. It's incredible. The site also says that file sharing and media streaming take up a lot of user activity in the internet world. In fact, it outlines that it would take about 50 million horsepower to run the internet if it were indeed measured that way. Just so you can kind of get an idea. It's just incredibly fast. And even when something only takes a few seconds to download or appear on our screens, sometimes we tend to get a little impatient, right? We're just so used to having the world literally at our fingertips. Now that you know a little bit about that, we want to thank you again so much for joining us today, and be sure to tune in again next time to learn some more on Valuable Vida. We'll see you then.